It is the ACC on ESPN, and for Purcell Pavilion here at Notre Dame, top-ranked UConn takes on the number 2 team in the country, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Tonight's game part of ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic. It's a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. As we look at the Sonic Showdown, over the last 14, Notre Dame and UConn have split those. So the rivalry has been as good as it gets. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Notre Dame. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien, my partner Doris Burke. Holly Rowe with us in just a couple of moments. You see this game on the schedule a couple of months out. You're excited about it. You can't wait for the game to be played. And you add in, it's number 1 against number 2.
Right. When these two teams meet, generally speaking, there's something huge at stake, be it tonight a number 1 ranking or a championship. It's inevitable that we see two things: high level of basketball and a little competitive dislike. And for us, what's better than competitive dislike? It should be fun.
A lot of fun for us. Let's bring in Holly Rowe now. 82 in a row now for the UConn Huskies, Holly.
Well, I keep hearing everybody say that if you want to beat UConn, now is the time to do it with this young, inexperienced group. But they haven't been beaten yet, and they've played a very difficult schedule. But Auriemma is not pleased with how they're playing. He said, "You are not special yet." He showed them a video of 30 years worth of hustle and effort plays. He wants them to get back to being UConn effort of basketball. But for Notre Dame, they have the keys to an upset: size, depth, three-point shooting, and the ability to score with the Huskies. And keep in mind, the only returning All-American this year is playing for Notre Dame in Breonna Turner.
6'3" junior from Texas. And there's Gino now in his 32nd year. The Hall of Famer's success really boggles the mind. He's had some great matchups against Notre Dame in his career. And we're set for the opening tip, and we are underway here at Notre Dame, as that one will roll out of play in the opening seconds here of the first quarter. And so the Irish will have it, coming in at 8-0, UConn at 7-0.
One matchup to watch. Gabby Williams is checking Enrique Ogunbowale, who just touched the ball for the first time. Vastly improved numbers from a season ago. Better outside jump shot for her.
Boy, she's hitting 56% beyond the three-point line. And a quick strike inside for Turner.
And one of the reasons the Irish have been successful, we showed you 7-7 over the last 14. The Irish is one team in the country that can score to the level that Connecticut can score. You've got to be able to put a number up.
UConn number 1 without the trio of Stewart, Jefferson, and Tuck anymore. Here's Chong. Fires that one back. Samuelson's first 3 and on target.
Now this is one of the most dangerous shooters in the country. She's got tremendous range. They run good offense to get her good shots.
And comes in hitting 50% beyond the three-point line. Ogunbowale hitting 56%. Here's Mabry off target. And also one who will attempt the three-pointer. We were talking to Muffin McGraw before the game, and she said, yes, we have a lot of work to do in the passing game. It's not quite the slick passing team she's used to having.
And she's always amongst the best passing teams in the country. You look at the number of assists for both of these teams, they're typically very high. But the Connecticut Huskies a little bit different this year. You know, a season ago, they mowed down opponents because they had the top 3 picks in the draft and a transcendent player in Breonna Stewart. And they don't have that. They do it a little more by committee, and Collier's been terrific.
And a foul with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Notre Dame coming in ranked number 2. And they committed tonight with a 35-game home winning streak, and only UConn and Baylor have a longer winning streak at home. Wes Bell will pick up the personal, and that will send Williams to the line, where she makes 64%.
Now, Gabby Williams vastly improved. Well, I don't love the call. I'd rather have seen a play on, to be perfectly frank with you.
Little ticky-tack.
Yeah, well, the defender came over late.
Allen coming in, averaging only 9 points a game, but 7.5 assists. Mabry back to the point guard, one of the best in the country. She was an honorable mention All-America last year. And a great passer. Mabry on the baseline and knocked out a play, actually off of Notre Dame. So UConn with a 5-2 lead. Now UConn, as the number 1 ranked team, when facing the number 2 team in the country, is 19-3 all time. Collier gives that one up. There'll be a whistle before the shot. And a foul on that play stops the clock with 7:56 to go. That'll go against Collier, her first.
Yeah, she had a lot of ground to cover on the baseline drive. Plenty of time for a defender to come over. But again, these whistles on these drives are late into the drive. Defense is not in great position necessarily. And sometimes those can be play-ons to me.
Ogunbowale going one-on-one. Flips it up, but it's in and out. Boy, that was in the cylinder.
Oh, she's a big-time difficult check. There's not a phase of the game now because she's out of that three-point shot there that she cannot score from.
The season started by going 5 for 5 beyond the three-point line in the opener, and that's up and in by Collier.
She's been absolutely terrific. We saw her in the opener against Florida State put up 28. The light bulb seems to have gone on for Nafisa Collier.
Well, UConn with a 7-0 run and a foul off the ball there.
Wow, if it's going to be called tight, it's going to be a long night for UConn. Their depth is not great.
Well, Gino likely to play only about 7 here tonight, maybe 8. That'll be number 1 on Samuelson. And you're getting that indication early that it will be called very tight. Allen to get it in. Ogunbowale, little contact there, and another foul. That'll be an offensive.
Well, the crowd reacting, and again, now the players are going to have to make a quick adjustment. Ogunbowale has a tremendous frame, and you can see this is one of the points of emphasis, that arm bar, that push-off, whether it comes from the offensive player or the defensive player. That's a major point of emphasis.
Notre Dame 4 consecutive empty trips, and a quick strike down low for Williams.
The UConn shoot-around this morning, they worked really hard on their offensive sets, moving the ball quickly, being decisive on the catch.
I'm interested to see Gabby Williams tonight and how she might perform. She has 4 quick points. That one in and out by Westbell. Here comes Chong now. She's a senior. Looking for Collier again, going up against Turner. On the drive, Nurse out of the double team. Great ball movement. Here's Samuelson. Can't connect from 3. Collier there to scoop that up, and she'll take the hit.
Well, her activity is outstanding. She's covering an awful lot of ground on that single possession.
Lindsay Allen with the foul to put Collier at the line. She's had an all-American kind of start. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. Taking 73% at the line and hits the first. Let's go to Holly.
There's a crucial foul on Lindsay Allen because there is 0 depth at the point guard position behind her. Allie Patberg, who they were planning to fill that role, has been out with walking pneumonia. She's just been cleared, but they're trying to make Marina Mabry one of the point guards. She just doesn't have the experience, so an early foul on Allen is a big deal.
Well, Marina Mabry is more of an elite level scorer, and I love Mabry's game because she brings a little edge and a little attitude. But I'll tell you this, if I see her at the point guard and I'm Connecticut, I am going to get in her grill and test her thinking under duress.
This building is sold out tonight. This is not what they expected. UConn with an 11-2 lead, and Notre Dame scoreless in the last 3.5 minutes. Ogunbowale with a 3, short. Rebound picked off, and a shot will not go by Mabry. Some of the crowd wanted a foul there. Samuelson so deadly beyond the 3-point line. Here's Chong, who opened up the season with a 16-point effort against FSU. Nurse on the spin. No travel there. Collier can't stick it. Here comes Allen now, already with 1,000 points in her outstanding career. Nice dish underneath for Westbell, and she connects.
Lindsay Allen, as Muppet calls her, the soul of our team. You're talking about an experienced point guard who understands the system, understands who to get the ball to and when. A really good job getting into their tempo game and making decisions.
Notre Dame had missed 5 in a row. Here's Williams. Gave up the dribble, back for Chong. Shot clock down to 7. She finds a lane, flips it up. Rebound tip controlled, and it's Chong to come down with it. Here's Williams. Got it. And a timeout. 4:48 to go in the first quarter, and UConn off to an excellent start. Welcome back to Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer.
Brianna Turner is one of the outstanding interior players in the country, Dave. But one of the things you have to remember about this young woman right here as you try to watch her play defense, she's going to get a little bit lost, okay? It's a little up screen. Katie doesn't even have to screen her. She loses Gabby Williams the point of attack. Kia Nurse puts it on time and on target. We have not yet seen the best of Turner. I think she needs more repetition and more time after that shoulder surgery that kept her out for 4 months.
Westbell with a nice move underneath. Starting to make a difference here.
A nice little drive. One thing I think early for the Irish, Ogunbowale and Mabry are 0 for 4. These are the sophomores who step into bigger roles. They want this win badly, and I think they have to be careful to let the game come to them a little bit.
It's the biggest stage. Williams again. She's had a hot hand here early with 6 points. That was her first miss. Ogunbowale straight on. Got that one. Maybe that'll get her started.
Yeah, you can just see a little more settled in on the catch. Quick, decisive dribble into the mid-range.
It's a team that can really score. Williams coming in at 10 points, 7 rebounds a game. Get the feeling she can do more than that. Nearly taken away by the Irish. Downstairs for Williams. Can't bank it in. Collier again, and that one will spin out. Taken away and laid right back up and in by Williams. She's been relentless early.
She has. Athletically, as gifted a player as you'll find in college basketball, has worked so hard with the staff to improve her skill level, and that's just opportunistic work right there.
She had an excellent all-around game against Texas. 11 points and 6 assists. Over the top intended for Turner.
You can see a little impatience from an Irish team that we're accustomed to being very patterned.
Underneath, Samuelson will get 2.
I think it's coming easy for Connecticut. That's a nice little strong side cut by Katie Lou, who comes at you with good size.
6'3". And back with a vengeance after she was forced to miss the national championship game because of injury in the spring. Ogunbowale gets her own shot, sticks it.
And that's with size in her face and a hand in contest. You know, this kid has just got all the swag in the world on the offensive end of the floor.
Averaging 18 coming in. Collier, you're talking about too easy.
You know, they're just marching right down the lane.
6 points for Nafisa Collier. Ogunbowale again, that three-pointer got a good look. It comes out high. Back for Allen. Triple team. She'll drive it anyway and lay it in.
Now, she has not had to do as much scoring this year because, as you said, they've got so many weapons. But this is a very capable scoring point guard when necessary.
And the Irish showing some life offensively. Here's Williams. And a foul. That'll be an offensive. They'll get Samuelson. 1:49 to go here in the first quarter. And that will be her second on Collier, actually. And coming up on Saturday, a couple of big men's games on ESPN. 3:15, an old Big 12 rivalry, Nebraska and Kansas. And then there'll be Duke and UNLV. That one from Las Vegas.
Duke getting healthier, which means they're getting scarier.
Tatum got in last night with 22.
Yeah, you recalled that one.
Inside Madison Square Garden. Jackie Young in the game, 6-foot freshman for Notre Dame. From Indiana, immensely talented, but that one is out of play.
You hate those kinds of mistakes because it's an unforced error, and Muppet looking at her and saying, shoot the basketball.
Look at this now. They played 320 minutes entering tonight, trailing for a total of 18 seconds. Impressive. But down by 7 here. Dunk down low that was intended for Butler. And a trip with 1:14 to go here in the first. So that foul will go against Natalie Butler, 6'5" junior, transferred from Georgetown, who sat out a couple of years ago and then had the thumb injury early last year.
Yeah, and this is a player who in a couple of different games this year, due to foul trouble, has had to play well and has done it in spurts. You earn some equity with your coach when you're able to deliver in those moments.
Westbell with a hard drive, but that's going to be a foul on her. Offensive foul on Catherine Westbell.
You've got to be so judicial with your fouls if you're the Connecticut Huskies. So if you're Katie Lou Samuelson, you better beat her to the spot. She gets herself in front, takes the charge.
So a 2 on Catherine, and she'll head for the bench. UConn up by 7. Ogunbowale. Nifty give for Allen for 2.
How pretty is that pass? Ogunbowale as a scorer or playmaker is a force to be reckoned with.
UConn with 3 consecutive turnovers. Nearly another one there as Williams got it off to Samuelson, and she sticks it.
It's amazing to me the different levels of play you can get from both of these teams. And I know it's early, but I think our expectations for both of them is that they're going to play at a high level no matter what. Players in different roles trying to accept more responsibility. This is what you're going to get.
Jump shot didn't touch anything there from Boley. On the run. Look at Williams beat everybody to the other end. Great speed there by Gabby Williams. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 23-14. UConn with the lead here at Notre Dame. Well, you can check out these stories by logging on to ESPNW.com and the China Robinson's Around the Rim podcast. One thing it's missing is an appearance by Doris Burke.
Yeah, I think the price is going up the longer China does not ask me to be on the podcast. But, folks, she gets great guests every week. She has talked to the likes of Jeff Walls. Name a coach, name an important player. Asia Wilson has been on it. You've got to listen. If you're a women's basketball fan, you've got to tune in to LaChina's podcast.
UConn with Crystal Dangerfield in the game, little 5'5" freshman. Here's Williams, who's had the hot hand, knocking in 2 more. Off to an excellent start here tonight, and UConn leading at 25-14. It's their biggest lead. Turner with a touch, turns and fires and got it.
Yeah, listen, this is going to be a different player a month from now. Brianna Turner, that shoulder surgery, it had plagued her since her arrival at Connecticut. And keep in mind, they return after fall break late October, and that's the first time she was cleared to go 5-on-5.
Tough shot by Samuelson won't go. Allen always looking to push that tempo. Up the feet inside, but the shot won't drop, and Butler's there for the rebound and a foul on Mabry.
You see, Dave, that's an instance to me where I'd rather see Lindsay Allen shoot that basketball. Nelson has played great. She had a great summer. She paid the price. But to me, Lindsay Allen, when she's aggressive as a scorer, just because she has all these options, she jump shot, stopped inside the free throw line, got the defender where she wanted her, and she's a terrific option from there. Shoot the ball.
And has scored 1,000 points.
Yeah, shoot the ball.
Williams with a bounce for Butler. Going to be tough to move her up against Nelson. Can't drop it in. Notre Dame 0 for 4 from three-point land. Here's Allen, like she was listening to you.
Yeah, and just a spectacular screen from her teammate Turner. You know, get your teammate open.
Giannis has been kind of quiet, coming in averaging 14 a game. Also hitting 42% beyond the three-point line. Here's Samuelson. Shot clock down to 7. She gives it up. Shot clock down to 3. Jump shot airmail. That time Williams didn't touch a thing. Nearly stole it away. Here's Young to knock it in, and a foul as well, right along the baseline. And this is a 6-0 run for the Irish.
Well, Jackie Young is going to be a star for the Irish. They get the pace pushed, and rather than challenging size, seeing Turner in there in rebounding position, she takes a pretty good shot. Young goes to the mid-range. I love this woman's potential. Muppet McGraw has said before she's all said and done, she'll be one of the best to ever do it here.
They got Dangerfield for the foul as the shot went through. Mabry directing traffic, back off for Allen. Second quarter of play just getting started here in Notre Dame. Here's Allen. Nelson, bad pass, and picked off by Williams.
I'd say Gabby Williams has been all over the court. And she was fronting Brianna Turner and just uses her athleticism and speed to get around.
That's going to be a 3-second violation.
So the Irish starting to work a little bit on the offensive end of the floor. But how does it happen? Well, one way it happens is watch this screen by Turner. And part of your job is just lay the wood as you try to get her clear. Just gets perfectly placed, and then you don't see it, but Allen completes the play.
Turner doubled up, gets it out for Young. She hits it. A three. And here come the Fighting Irish. A 9-0 run. Nine to shoot it. Williams blocked by Turner. Tremendous defense.
You're talking about 6'3", really long arms, tremendous mobility laterally, and the crowd is loving it. Gabby Williams thinks she's got her beat. Going to use a little blow-by move, but look at the length of Turner to get into that position. Twice on the pipes. Don't come into my house with that.
7 on the shot clock. There goes Butler. She gives it away to Chong and lays it in on a blocking foul as well. So that quiets the crowd for the moment. The UConn had made 5 consecutive empty trips.
Yeah, this is a nice job. I thought Butler should have shot it. She sees the help come over and delivers it to the weak side.
Mabry with her second. Chong makes 64% at the line. And a three-point play. So lead back up to 5 for the Huskies. Nelson with the hook. Yes.
It's good to see a player who's been in the program that long, work that hard, just get into terrific post position, show her teammate her numbers, and have them deliver it.
Use that size at 6'4". Nurse beyond the three. Pulls up, can't drain it. Turner with the rebound. A three-point game here at Notre Dame as Allen dishes for Turner. That's partially blocked by Williams.
What has Gabby Williams not done tonight?
Outstanding defense there. Now both sides now really elevating their play here the last 5 or 6 minutes. Nurse fires. Got a great look, but couldn't hit it. Notre Dame, a very good three-point shooting team. Here's Turner. Not on that one necessarily as we head over to Holly Rowe.
Why Gabby Williams is so hot tonight is because in between timeouts she's sitting on a heating pad on the bench. I did check with the trainer. She said she just gets a little tight in her hamstring, but no, she really is hot because of the heating pad.
It was an interesting morning for her at shoot-around. Had a number of turnovers. Gina was getting into her at one point. There was some colorful language, not necessarily directed at her, but from him in frustration. But I'll tell you what, she came prepared to play. Does she have another one? No.
Nelson in with a rebound. The Irish want to attack. Here comes Allen. Into the paint. No whistle. And Butler there for the rebound. Nurse. She'll lay it in.
We've seen Connecticut get out in transition on a couple of occasions and just beat the Irish up the floor. Little bad floor balance on defensive transition.
It's Nelson with a touch. Left that one way short.
Gabby Williams again trying to deal with a much bigger Turner.
John going in strong and a little wild, but draws the foul. It's actually going to be an offensive foul on Chong. That'll be number 1 on her. Guys, thank you very much. And it's 30-25, and UConn with the lead here. Both sides are shooting 48%. Doesn't really feel like that.
Doesn't feel like a vintage UConn Notre Dame game. Might when they meet, should they meet later. But how about Gabby Williams? 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
Ogunbowale with that sweet touch and knocks in another one.
Boy, I'll tell you, we've not yet seen her posted up. I've seen that a lot on tape where it's a quick dive cut. They can deploy Arike Ogunbowale all over the floor, and she can score from any spot.
And way downtown is Nurse. Hard drive to her right. Can't get it to go. Ogunbowale kind of split 2 defenders to the baseline. And yes!
She's got tremendous size. She can handle the ball against duress. She can push the pace. She puts an awful lot of pressure on individual defenders to deal with her complete offensive package.
She has made it a 1-point game.
And if you would have told me that the Connecticut Huskies, to Rebecca's point just a moment ago, would feel so different without Nafisa Collier on the floor, but they do. They function differently without it.
Butler has it taken away, and a whistle. Young came crashing in and committed the foul. It'll be on Butler. Let's go to Holly Rowe.
In that last UConn timeout, Gino Auriemma warned his players that Arike Ogunbowale was about to try to take the game over. He said, I want you to force her to her right. You'll notice that last basket she made, they let her go left. She was very comfortable and made it very easily.
Well, the Irish led 2-0. That's the last time they led. They want Turner. Can't get that one to fall. She wins it back. Here's Johnson coming off the bench for the 3. Big shot. Samuelson can't get that one to drop, and Butler has the rebound. Back up top for Williams. UConn looking for a hot hand. Here's Chong. And another whistle. That'll go the other way.
We're going to get Kia Nurse dealing with Johnson. Trying to get the offensive board. Gives her a shove. So on the left side of the screen, you're going to see Kia Nurse, who plays so hard, just give that right hand shove to Johnson, sends her to the deck.
The bench has been outstanding for Notre Dame.
Yeah, listen, there are more scoring options off Notre Dame's bench. Butler gives you minutes, but she's not a scorer for Connecticut.
Williams knocked it out of play. Notre Dame by 2.
And UConn downsizes here. Butler goes out. Chong comes in and replaces her. Changes the matchup. A moment ago, Gabby Williams was checking Ogunbowale. Now she's got to deal with Turner. How about the versatility defensively of Gabby Williams?
He had an 82-game winning streak on the line for UConn tonight. Here's Allen. And this batted to Turner is there to clean it up, but can't hit. And another whistle. A lot of fouls here in the first half.
Do you see what I mean? Listen, over her career, Turner has been an incredibly efficient scorer, right? We're accustomed to her finishing at a 50% or better clip. But the timeout on the catches, she's not been as sharp.
Williams with her first. So Turner at the line. Named to the preseason Associated Press All-America team. And since the first. After the Warriors-Clippers wrap things up later tonight on ESPN. Check out SportsCenter at night. SportsCenter at night after tonight's NBA doubleheader on ESPN.
Wow, Warriors-Clippers. Could that be a preview of the Western Conference Finals? And after getting out of the gates pretty slowly, Golden State at Philadelphia. Oh my goodness, they are hard to deal with. So Connecticut facing adversity, and this is a big question for them, right? They give up a lead. Things are, not going as smoothly on the offensive end. Notre Dame is putting a ton of pressure on them because they've got so many offensive options. One of the things Gino told us today is, I hope they whack us at some point tonight, and I want to see how my guys respond to it.
They have done that. Tie up here. with 2:04 to go. It'll go the other way as Notre Dame will have the possession arrow. Now UConn, 2 for their last 12 shooting it.
That's correct. And normally, okay, if they went through a stretch a season ago where they struggled, where was the ball going? It was going to Stewart, right? Or it was going to go to Top on the post. It's not as clearly defined now who gets them out of this.
Young, great fake. Can't finish, though. Samuelson with it. And bumped by Young at midcourt with 1:48 to go here in the second quarter. UConn in the last 5 minutes has scored only 2 points. Jackie Young picks up number 1. So the Huskies to check it in all time. They are 34-11 against Notre Dame. Samuelson wants it. Nothing falling right now. Williams back out and tipped out of play by Mabry.
How fast is Gabby Williams' pursuit of the basketball? How many times does she come out of her area to get a rebound? She is fast on her feet. A quick second jumper.
Now the freshman, Dangerfield. It could be very, very explosive. Williams again. Lost the dribble. Out of play off Notre Dame. 15 on the shot clock. 1:27 before halftime. As Gino Auriemma's UConn Huskies have been overtaken by the Fighting Irish. And Jackie Young back on. She plays about 21 minutes a game. Samuelson blocked out of the sky. That was Young. John goes down for it. Another tie-up. It will stay on this end on the possession arrow.
See the athleticism of Jackie Young? How fast she is to the ball, how quick off her feet she is. Look at that close, challenge, and block shot. Oh, Connecticut was up 9 when Nafisa Collier went out. And now they're down 4 and they get to within 2.
And Samuelson for the bucket, came in averaging 19. Collier remaining on the bench, 34-32. Stolen away by Samuelson. Young right behind her, but she will lay it in.
Yeah, just great anticipation. You know that the Irish want to own the elbow on the offensive end of the floor. Connecticut was talking about taking away passes to the elbow. Really good job of anticipation by Samuelson.
So knotted at 34. Final seconds of the first half. And the play really picked up. Johnston with a scoop. And a timeout as Connecticut will take the break, and we will too. Back with more in just a moment. Well, back at Notre Dame and closing in on the end of the first half. We are tied at 34-34. Notre Dame number 2, UConn number 1, and streaks on the line tonight.
Yet another impressive streak by the Connecticut Huskies.
82 consecutive wins. So Dangerfield, a freshman, running the point.
Only a 2-second differential. Got to believe that like this maybe with an opportunity just for an offensive rebound, but keep the Irish from getting a good look when they get it back.
John with it. Williams looking inside, nothing there. On the drive, can't get it to go. And the heave will be well short. That's how the first half comes to an end. And pretty much what we expected, tied up at 34.
Well, with Collier, Williams, and Samuelson in that first quarter, they went for 23, only 4 amongst that group in the second quarter.
Well, tonight's game, part of ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic. It's a season-long spotlight on games impacting the tournament. And back here, Notre Dame, we are tied 34-34 at halftime. And UConn was up 7 with Collier in the game. She was out -7.
Hard to imagine where they'd be without Gabby Williams, because I thought her impact was felt all over the floor. Defensively, she had to match up with a couple of different kinds of players once Collier went out. And offensively, she was absolutely tremendous. 5 for 11 from the floor. Goes to that mid-range game. There was a point at which she said, if I could just get her to make 10 to 12 foot shots, would be all right. She takes an offensive rebound away from Brianna Turner, and how about this block, giving up several inches in there. I thought defensively she was terrific.
Let's go to Holly.
With Gino Auriemma of UConn, and he said, you know, when Nafisa Collier went out with foul trouble, that really hurt us offensively and defensively. He said, we're relying too much on Katie Lou Samuelson, and she got tired. We're going to have to do a better job with timeouts and resting her in the second half. But his biggest frustration is playing through possessions. He's like, we do 1 or 2 passes and stop, like we did our job. It's like we're trying to get Kia Nurse involved, but she's not moving enough. She, after 1 or 2 passes, gets discouraged. They want them moving more, playing through possession and passes, kind of getting that roll going on offense.
Well, they spent a good portion of their shoot-around working on their offense, but they were doing it against an Irish zone for stretches at shoot-around, and the Irish have played a lot of man-to-man.
Mabry on the drive. That'll be tipped out of play. It'll be UConn ball here. UConn bench in 16 minutes did not score.
Well, we talked about it. This is not the depth that we're accustomed to seeing. Listen, he's usually a guy who wants to go 7 or 8 deep anyway. But Butler comes off the bench. She's not a scorer. She's going to give him spot minutes in the interior. Dangerfield has had an up and down start to the season, as you might expect a freshman to do.
Collier back in there to start the second half. And a nice move, quick step there for 2.
Yeah, listen, when she goes out of the game, they were up 9.
She has 8, 3 out of 5. The bounce for Turner. All-America candidate, back off for Allen. Nothing down low. Westbell, good look, you can't hit it. So UConn up by 2. And an 82-game winning streak on the line here tonight. Samuelson with a battle for it. Allen takes a tumble and a whistle.
Now let's watch Nafisa Collier, who had to sit with those 2 fouls, get involved immediately. A little pick and roll game with Sanaya Chong, a pocket pass on time and on target makes the job easier for Collier. Nice job by Chong on the delivery.
Nurse with his second personal. High post for Turner. Looking for Mabry, trying to get her free here. Finally the handoff. Over the top, Turner rolling inside. Got exactly what she wanted, but the foul will go the other way. So UConn still up 36-34. Early moments here of the third quarter. And a foul on Turner will be her first. Knocked that one away with a quick step.
It's a bad angle. It's too far to make the pass. It's just a bad decision by Gabby Williams.
Ogumbawane wants her shot. That won't drop in.
Tell you what, Gabby Williams is flat out using her athleticism to beat Turner. She's fast off her feet, and her vertical is unbelievable.
Samuelson, that's a shot she normally hits.
And she had a terrific half. 11 points for her.
Notre Dame with a cold start to the second half. 0 for 4. Here's Turner again. And another miss.
Chong took a shot to the face. She is down underneath the hoop, and the official's going to stop this for a second.
It's an unofficial timeout for Sanaya Chong, who took a hit. The 5'8" senior from New York.
And should be down beneath the hoop, and I think she's going to get popped right in the nose with an elbow. Ooh, that hurts.
As Turner missed again. Turner's 2 for 8, and she's missed her last 5. So Chong has to come out.
Yeah, and keep in mind now, Dangerfield had a couple of turnovers in limited minutes. 8 minutes, 2 turnovers. The freshman's got to be solid with the ball here.
Collier. Went out on the baseline. Turner came out to guard her. Now 10 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. That misses. And both teams are chilly. We thought maybe they would come out and shoot it very well here in the second half. It's not been the case. Mabry.
Oh, terrific switch in there. Kia Nurse communicating defensively. That is a heck of a play.
Turner went for the save. And tipped out of play. It'll stay on this end.
I'll tell you, just, Kia Nurse plays so hard and she's so smart. I know she got out of the gates, but there was a mismatch. But her ability to communicate and make her teammates switch quickly on that defensive possession, crucial.
Preseason American Conference Player of the Year.
It's a play nobody but a coach would see, to be perfectly honest with you. Just great communication.
Mabry takes it strong, but it will not roll in. And tipped out of play. It will be UConn ball here with 6:55 to go in the third. And the Irish are 0 for 7 in this half.
And I want to just get to a point Rebecca was talking about. She was making the point of why Connecticut was different when Collier went out. And she was talking about bigs who could put it on the deck and maybe switch the matchups, get help rotating up. And to me, the matchups are critical for Connecticut. There are certain spots you can switch because they're all like-sized. But periodically against a big opponent, you're going to have to be super careful with those matchups.
Williams looking inside, nothing there. Shot clock down to 9. Here's Dangerfield, way downtown. They barely nicked the iron. And now back to the speedy Allen. Young, deflected. Once again, it's Williams. She's had a terrific defensive game. Freshman with a nice bounce feed, and Collier connects.
Yeah, it's amazing how much easier a pass is if you take the appropriate angle. And listen, some of that is inborn to me for Dangerfield. You play the point guard from the time you're a little kid, your feel for the game is drastically different.
Once again, guess who? It's Williams with the theft. Back up for Nurse, and she'll lay it in.
I'll tell you this, they're going to get a timeout from Muffet, and rightly so. It's Gabby Williams is all over the floor. Holly Rose started this telecast talking about they want to be special. Look at this. This is because she's all over the floor, and that's acknowledgement from a coach. You want to know what feels good? That feels good.
Doris, take us inside the play.
Well, I just think communication is so crucial in basketball. There's going to be a switch, okay? And Brianna Turner is going to get onto Kia Nurse. And that's going to be a mismatch, right? Okay, they have to make the switch there. Now, you guys can hold it. So what Kia Nurse is going to do is she's going to communicate to Gabby Williams, and she's calling switch. She's calling it early, she's calling it loud, and she gets it so that, look at that. Great job by Samuelson to sit down and stay in front, and great job by Gabby Williams and Kia Nurse to communicate. Excellent defensive possession.
Turner just 2 for 8 shooting it, by the way. And the Irish have missed 11 straight shots going back to the first half. And stolen away by Dangerfield. And backs it away. Allen got back very quickly defensively. And a whistle on the blocking foul. And Allen, incensed, picks up the personal. And that'll be her second.
Well, let's take a look at it. Does she anticipate? Oh, that's a good call. I don't know what she's complaining about. That is clearly a block.
Brian Brunette with the call. And UConn with a 6-point lead and the ball. Samuelson. For Williams, who's really been the MVP tonight. Big fight for that. Inside the lane with 5:14 to go here in the third.
She's had a heck of a game. I'm not sure why she put that ball there. There were 3 white jerseys around Collier.
Collier getting a lot of attention, averaging 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game. Dangerfield now running the point for Gino Oriema. Here's Williams again, looking inside. The freshman. Collier. Shot clock down to 6. And a block by Turner with 5 on the shot clock. We'll take a break here with 4:53 to go in the third. 40-34 UConn. Welcome back to Jimmy B Week for Cancer Research on ESPN. We're asking you to help us beat cancer by calling 1-800-4-JIMMY-V to donate, and all donations benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research as we bring in the great Holly Rowe.
Well, I do want to bring a personal note to this. The V Foundation has been very important for me in my personal battle with cancer right now. And it's a simple thing. They got involved and got me an appointment with a doctor. So the doctor who's right now helping to save my life is based on the V Foundation getting me in to see him. A very personal connection, but I'd just like to thank my friend Doris Burke. She's the one that actually thought to call the V Foundation and get me connected with them.
Well, I don't think I'm ever prouder of ESPN than in their battle for cancer. And our colleague, the great Dick Vitale, a Hall of Fame broadcaster, has done extraordinary work in the battle. His passion is now pediatric cancer. I know you worked with him last night.
Yes.
The beauty of the V Foundation, folks, is that the leadership has been so good that every dollar you donate goes to the battle.
Holly, how you feeling?
You know, it's remarkable how good they've been. They have one of the highest ratings of any charity of doing good work. And I'd just like to say, everybody who's watching this game, even if you only donated $1, we would make a huge impact to this great research that's happening to save people's lives.
Young with the thefts and the driving layup to make it 42-36.
I'm telling you, Jackie Young pops off the screen to me when I watch her. How about that play? The speed, the length, the quickness to change ends.
Well, they had gone over 9 minutes since their last field goal. And the Irish come away with this with under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Johnson. Westbell giving it back to the All-American candidate Lindsey Allen. On the attack. Up and in for two.
Do you see what I mean as a scorer, how capable she is? That's her 8th basket, 3 assists for her. You don't speed her up at this point, right? I mean, she's going to play at her tempo, her pace.
Notre Dame very streaky offensively tonight. Samuelson, a two-pointer. Johnson can't drain the three. Turner with a big rebound. Turner at 6'3". Allen. Westbell gets a good look.
To me, it's interesting. This roster, but particularly when Jackie Young's been on the floor, I've liked how the Irish have looked.
UConn by 2. Here's Nurse. Stolen away. Johnson knocked it free. And a tie-up. They're going to win it on a possession arrow. A lot of life in the building now for the Irish. Not so much for Gino Auriemma. 2.5 to go here in the third. And Notre Dame had that long drought, and they have broken that. Westbell. Here's Young again, and a blocking foul. With 2:16 to go in the third quarter. And that'll go against Samuelson, her second.
As soon as you stand up on a dribble drive as a defensive player, generally you're going to get called for that blocking.
Over the top here for Johnson. And now Allen will set it up with Nurse on her. Allen. Shot clock down to 12. Turner with a bounce speed. Oh, great strike.
See, Connecticut does a lot of switching across the board. And really great recognition in a high-low with the two post players. Westbell just beat Connecticut to the spot, got great post-up position.
Williams. Collier on the roll, and she'll hit it.
Wow, terrific pass from Gabby Williams. Just a terrific cutter, Nafisa Collier.
Beautifully run play. 12 for Collier.
Has a knack for how to score, right?
Yes.
In a lot of different ways.
And the whistle stops the clock with 1:16 to go here in the third. And if that's on Samuelson, that's going to be her third. And indeed it will be. Number 3 on Katie Lou Samuelson. And Turner hitting the bench, at least for now. Nelson in. Inside for Young, and knocked out of play by Dangerfield. Now Samuelson, Nurse, and Williams have played the entire night for UConn. And they may have to. 1 minute here in the third.
Well, you got a bad matchup. And Lindsey Allen recognizes it. Dangerfield checking rush bell, but shot clock running down.
Down to 4 in the whistle.
That's a frustrating possession defensively.
UConn leading by 2, and Collier will pick up foul number 3. She got in early foul trouble and then sat for a lot of that first half. A couple of big men's games coming up on ESPN on Saturday, 3:15, Nebraska and Kansas. And at 5:15, it'll be number 5 Duke taking on UNLV. First meeting between those two since the Blue Devils beat the Runnin' Rebs in the 1991 Final Four.
Consistent excellence for Bill Self at Kansas. Some sentiment that they've got the best, toughest backcourt in the country. Holly Rowe, of course, will be on Big Mondays in the Big 12. Can Kansas do it again when conference play rolls around?
No, they just own it. And Allen makes another one. Let's bring in Holly.
Bill Self just got win number 600, so congrats to Coach Self. But watch out for Baylor. They are rising right now, or as the kids say, trending. Baylor not going to go away so easily in the Big 12 this season.
As the kids say. Baylor with a big win in Atlanta. Samuelson lays it in.
That's a big-time shot and a big-time move right there. Well, you sell out on her as a three-point shooter. I do think if you get a smaller defender up underneath her and make her a playmaker off the dribble, that's harder. But you put a big on her, she's not afraid to go to the deck.
Samuelson's first points in at half, and that one picked up by Williams. On the attack, she laid in.
This kid's been dynamite. Holly opened the show talking about being special with your effort. Gabby Williams has been special with her effort.
I mean, all over this court.
All over.
4 steals. Along with 14 points.
I tell you this, she should be added to that 30-year highlight film of effort plays.
So under 6 seconds here in the third. And UConn leading 48-43. And with the basketball. Samuelson to put it in. Williams. Collier. Allen interrupted that. And a whistle, a foul before the third quarter could expire.
The Irish were scrambling. Didn't look like Connecticut was going to be able to get a shot off. Ball pops loose. And how about that? Really smart by Collier.
Nelson with the foul. And so it'll be Collier at the line, which should make 73%.
Frustrating finish to the quarter, right? The Irish got the crowd back involved. After a tough stretch offensively, they started to get themselves righted, and now it's 6 again.
1 second left here in the third. Nails it. So 7-point lead. Young will hold on there, and that's how the third quarter comes to an end with UConn leading 50-43.
Katie Lou Samuelson doing work and doing a lot of it. She has yet to have a rest except at the timeout. Lift that defender off her feet, put it on the deck, finish with the left. Go to work, Katie Lou.
And it's Thursday night at 7 on ESPN. Don't miss the Home Depot College Football Awards show coming your way. Opportunity to see the best in college football be rewarded with some serious hardware.
Chris Fowler, Kirk will be there. All our heavy hitters in the house.
Well, underway here in the fourth, and UConn up by 7.
You start the quarter with Dangerfield at the point.
Williams fires that one out of play.
2 turnovers about the only thing you could be critical of, and why she would make that pass, right? Why? Just shift it to the person closest and let them push that pass to the other side.
Allen looking for Turner, now back up top here.
Look at Kia Nurse. Look at Kia Nurse just ready to give some assistance, get out and challenge. Nurse doing her job defensively. Look at that. Dropping in.
Allen trying to spin. Tough shot. Got it.
That's big time. Yeah, we talked about the Connecticut players who played all game. Muffet McGraw is not letting her security blanket get out of this game either.
Holly, what did you hear in Gino's huddle?
Well, he just threw a great one on his team. He said, you know, back in the old days when we had a 7-point lead, we used to make it a 17-point lead. We did that by spreading the floor, cutting hard. You guys cut hard once and you think you've done your job. He challenged them to look like the good old days and see if they could be strong with the ball here to end this game.
Good job by Gabby Williams to make a quick switch again. Connecticut's communication with all of these switches so crucial.
Here's Young over the top. Nice pass. Ogunbowale with a second effort and draws the foul.
Is that going to be on Collier? I didn't think it was a foul on Dangerfield. I thought the block was clean. If anyone hit her, I thought it was Collier.
It will be on Dangerfield.
Wow.
She picks up the personal. So 2 shots.
Listen, we get the benefit of the second look. Let's see, does she get her arm? Because it's not on this one.
Maybe on that one. Maybe. Ogunbowale with a miss. She hits 71%. She did not score in the third. And comes in averaging 18.
I mean, both of these teams are going to look so drastically different, 6 to 8 weeks from now.
Samuelson wants to go hard, flipped it up there and draws the whistle.
That's a terrific set. And they make it look like on the left-hand side of the floor there's a little stagger screen for Kia Nurse, but this is an ISO at the elbow for Katie Lou all the way.
82% at the line. Here's Holly.
About the growth of Katie Lou Samuelson this year. Goes from a role player last year to the leading scorer on this UConn team. I asked her today at shoot-around, what's been different for you? And she said, you know, they didn't need me to be the go-to player last year. Of course, they have Brianna Stewart. She said, and plus, I was just trying to figure it out. I was a young freshman. I was confused. And she said, now I'm really confident. I feel like my teammates need me. I have to do it. But more importantly, she said, it's really fun when I score. I'm enjoying that.
Everybody likes that.
Poor pass by Westbrook.
Intended for Turner. UConn, by the way, hitting their foul shots. They are 9 for 9. 52-46. Samuelson. Williams, who's had such an impressive night. Here's Dangerfield with a left hand and 2.
I tell you, the kid, it's not been a vintage night. It's not been what she did against Baylor, but she's fearless regardless of the circumstance.
And 19 against Baylor.
This is a tough matchup with Ogunbowale on her posting up.
There's almost a steal. Great dish there. Turner will finish it.
How good is Lindsay Allen? She's got to be in complete command of the offense and get people where they need to be. And just being assertive has made a difference for Lindsay Allen tonight.
Collier tripped up and a whistle. 54-48. Westbell with her third. And so UConn to put it in from the baseline.
How about that for execution?
Outstanding off the inbound.
That's nice. You get your best athlete at the rim.
UConn, the 11-time national champs, and they've won 4 consecutive national titles. Westbell. We'll see if Ogunbowale really gets cooking here. Tough drive and swatted away.
Wow, big time defensive play from Gabby Williams. Who else?
She has had some night. And right now, UConn taking the crowd out of this thing here in the fourth. Samuelson off the fake. Shot clock down to 9. Collier. Shot clock at 5. Dangerfield. Out there for her. That would have been a really big make for the Huskies. Ogunbowale off the back of the iron. She's hitting 56% from the three-point line. Coming up on the 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Turner. Westbeld wants to go one-on-one. Turner got to it and hit it.
Well, she's been terrific on the glass, for sure, and has a presence at the rim with her shot blocking. Not been the most efficient night, but she's hanging tough, Turner, and continues to work.
And a whistle off the basketball and a foul. 5:39 to go here in the fourth quarter.
You can hear the crowd sometimes reacting to the calls, and you may not like it, but remember, freedom of movement is an emphasis, and so that's why you're hearing these whistles. This is the mandate the officials have been given.
Ogunbowale with the personal, and Westbeld heading to the bench. And Dangerfield getting some very big minutes here at Notre Dame.
He's chosen to finish with her quite often.
Shot clock down to 13. Nurse in the corner.
Dangerous pass.
Collier working on Turner. What a move that was.
And she has just got a knack for scoring. You're talking about an elite level rim protector with great length and shot blocking. Collier goes right into her chest and scores it.
She has 16. Turner tried for the bank shot. Dangerfield with the save. So UConn up by 8. Under 5 minutes to play here in South Bend. Nurse, tough drive, and draws another foul. And she will be at the line to shoot a pair. And that foul will go against Young.
Well, Connecticut up 8. 4:39 remaining. What a night for Gabby Williams. 16 points on a very efficient 7 for 15. She has been all over the floor against one of the best offensive players in the country. Twice on the pipes. No man.
Their reset with UConn on top 58-50. You'd like to see the men's game go to quarters.
I would, because again, they're also emphasizing freedom of movement, and sometimes we feel like you talk about the number of fouls, the number of times people are in bonus, how it becomes a free throw shooting contest. Well, if you reset the fouls at the end of every quarter, the flow is better. The other part of that is there's always more end-of-quarter situations for these coaches to work with.
Sure.
I like that as well.
Yep.
I also think across the lower levels of basketball in the country, and we're seeing it, a number of states are stepping up and making kids play in high school with a shot clock. That has to happen. It has to happen. If our basketball at the youth is going to help players become better and prepared for this level, they need to play under duress of the shot clock in high school.
UConn 11 for 11 at the foul line. Allen for Turner. That's tough to stop.
I'd say the ball's got to be in Lindsay Allen's hands, right? Because she's starting to find people where she wants them. Put on the money and within 8.
Well, now we see who the Huskies will lean on here in the last 4 minutes. Turner, by the way, 6 points in this quarter. Went for the block. Samuelson a miss. Right back up. Williams not there for her. And a kick out.
Oh, she has got just big-time leaping ability. Unbelievable timing.
Dangerfield. Here's Gabby Williams, the junior from Nevada. And has really come up big here tonight. Shot clock down to 7 and a strike.
She just delivers every time. Nafisa Collier with 18.
And 7 out of 9 shooting. Turner again. She may touch it every time down the floor here.
Get the sense she's warming up to it, right? She's got a double-double, and now all of a sudden starting to make her shots. Kid just needs reps and rhythm.
Yeah, Scud double-double. Holly, you were listening to Muffet McGraw's huddle.
That's right. They want to focus on driving the basketball to the huddle. They said when we drive it, we get good touches. We are making progress.
Samuelson and one. She'll be at the line. Outstanding play.
Oh, is Young hurt, though? She's down on the ground and looks to be in some pain.
That's Jackie Young, the freshman. Just committed her 4th. but in some agony right here with 3:07 to go. And UConn by 10. So a very quiet building right now here in South Bend. We think we have picked out exactly where that happened. Appears to be that right ankle.
Always a fear when you're guarding if somebody's stepping on another person's foot or just landing and rolling that ankle.
And meanwhile, Connecticut has built a 10-point lead here at South Bend. And the Irish coming into play tonight with their own 35-game home winning streak. So that is on the line tonight.
You think about the Irish, and one surprising player for me is Marina Mabry, because think about what she did at UConn a year ago. Flat out lit him up, plays with an edge. She's 0 for 4, hasn't scored, only 1 assist in 13 minutes, and that was a good sign. See, can she put any weight on her right ankle?
Yeah, very slow to get up. And going to need a lot of help here. Well, here's a look at that play.
You take it. I never look.
Samuelson on the drive. Take a look at that right ankle. Hard to see it there, but rolled it. So Katie Lou Samuelson at the line. 82% foul shooter, and a team that hits 75%, but they are perfect tonight. 11 for 11.
Interesting on a couple of opportunities where they need buckets to make sure they're spacing them. They get her isolated at that right elbow and let her go one-on-one.
So that ties the largest lead tonight for the Huskies. Up by 11. Ogunwolani will fire that one up, but it won't be there. Turner battles for the rebound. Allen. A lot of contact, and she'll be at the line if they rule that a shooting foul with 2:45 left. So she'll be shooting 2. And the second foul on Williams. So Lindsey Allen at the line, where she makes 70%. She has staked an early claim as the nation's #1 point guard. 11 points tonight. And can't hit the first. Couple of big games on Saturday on ESPN. 3:15, it'll be Nebraska and Kansas. That's at the Fog. And then at 5:15, it'll be Duke taking on UNLV. I'll be there if my voice comes back.
Yes, you get a little bit of a well-earned break, and Luke Kennard has been absolutely dynamite from Mike Krzyzewski and the Duke Blue Devils.
Williams, Collier, Samuelson, each with 16 or more points tonight. They have been rock steady for Gino Auriemma. 2:22 left, and thrown away. Allen may have gotten away with a walk there. Time running out here on Notre Dame. Over the top, intended for Westfeld, and of course Gabby Williams comes away with it.
She's like Revis Island at this point. Just put her in the defensive back position, and she's not letting anybody catch it.
She has been remarkable.
Kid has worked, Dave O'Brien. Oh, that's going to be a foul on maybe Mabry.
1:57 to go. As you look at her stat line tonight, she's been everywhere this half with a lot of turnovers that she's helped force for Notre Dame. They've turned it over 8 times.
She's in serious pain. I think she took a shot to the windpipe. She's hurt here. This is Marina Mabry, and that left arm hits her, it looks like, right in the throat here.
Yeah, I think you're right. At the line. She hits it anyway. This is the biggest lead of the game for UConn. She has 17.
Oh, make 2 free throws. She is in pain. That is big time. Go ahead, Gabby Williams.
14 for 14. 67-54. Under 2 to go. Ogumbawale with a miss. Turner tips it up and in. And a tie up on the play.
Jump ball. Wow.
Very quick.
Yeah, Dangerfield can't be casual. A little frustration from Gino Auriemma. Got to be careful where you inbound the ball. And if you put it in the spot, now you're going to get Chong in. And it's a good, quick substitution. A little bit more size.
Notre Dame with the possession arrow. Turner, by the way, the last 10 points for Notre Dame. She has in the corner, handing off for Allen.
Stagger screen, good switch out.
Mabry, you were talking about her earlier being a factor in this game, and another foul. That'll go the other way. So that'll be against the Irish, who are running out of time on their home floor.
This kid's got to be exhausted. How many times has she gone up in the air over people to just snatch it out of the air?
She's done it all night. And really has had a brilliant game. Ogumbawale with the foul. That'll be number 3.
This kid came in, I want you to understand, this kid came in as an elite level athlete, but didn't have a ton of basketball skill. And 2 years ago, Gino Auriemma said, just if I can just get her to make 12 to 15-foot shots, then she can help us. I'll tell you what, you give that staff a ton of credit for her player development because she has made huge jumps.
Well, UConn finally missed a foul shot. Another three-pointer touches nothing there for Mabry. Westbell keeping it alive, but throws it away and a foul. That'll go against Allen of Notre Dame and be her 3rd.
I have to tell you something. You got a minute and 23, and Connecticut may walk out of here still undefeated. And I would tell you unequivocally that I was dead wrong about this team because I did not think they would, 1, be undefeated necessarily coming into this ball game, and 2, certainly come in here and maybe walk out of here with a win. I didn't expect it.
They've already knocked off Baylor. And now on the verge of knocking off the number 2 team in the country, Notre Dame, on their floor.
And folks, their ceiling is high because if you saw what they did in the 1st and 3rd periods of DePaul, it was some of the best basketball we've seen to this point in this season. You know, DePaul's a ranked team. Doug is always, you know, has a good offensive mojo about his group, gives him a ton of freedom.
With a 17 out of 18 at the line.
I probably shouldn't be surprised. He's the best coach in the country to me.
Probably, you're probably right. You shouldn't be surprised.
No, I shouldn't
by this point. Mabry barely ticking the iron. So coming up on the 1-minute mark here in the 4th, and UConn on the verge of salting away a very impressive victory here at South Bend. It's a choppy start, but it's going to end very well, it would appear. Was 42-42 in the 3rd. Here's Williams.
Yeah, they just eventually get to their game with Collier. Samuelson, to Holly's point, just looks like a vastly different player in terms of her confidence and basketball ego. This kid, she's a tough check. It's like, I wouldn't know how to describe her movements, but her ability to lift people from the free throw line.
And those foul shots keep on coming. Now look at that schedule coming up, and we highlight the game in Maryland coming up on December 29.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, he scheduled everybody. You know, you played a number of ranked teams. He said, all of a sudden, we lose the top 3 picks in the draft. Everybody's willing to put us on their schedule. Yes. Isn't that an amazing thing?
And yet they keep on rolling. Just amazing. On top here, 72-56. And some of the Irish fans are headed for the exits.
You got a team led by Shatari Walker Kimbrough, and, you know, you love Brenda Fries because you talk about a competitive, demonstrative coach who gives her kids a ton of confidence. They're an incredibly talented bunch.
And she'll play anybody.
And she'll play anybody anywhere. And I think Gabby's in pain. Look at her.
And here's the motion toward her throat. And you talked about the fact that she was in real pain taking that shot right in the neck. And yet stepped up and made her foul shots.
Showing some toughness right now.
And a three-pointer cuts the cords for Aaron Boley, the freshman. They have not had enough of that tonight. 72-59. Collier has also had a terrific game along with Williams, who has the ball now. Final seconds here in South Bend. Williams continues to play through that throat injury.
Yeah.
And another timeout by Muffet McGraw.
Teaching opportunities. That's all this is. Gino Auriemma giving his team some encouragement. And they'll play Ohio State. And I have to say this, the best teams in women's basketball are scheduling one another. Ohio State, maybe not out of the gates as fast as they want, but they've got one of the most electric players in the entire country in Kelsey Mitchell. And look at this. You think Gino Auriemma is happy to walk out of here with a win?
Well, not only an 83-game winning streak, and this one becomes a final, but it'll be 130 wins in the last 131 games for the Huskies. Just incredible.
It's an incredibly dominant period, and what's remarkable about this start is, you know, when you give him a transcendent player, or even just one of the best players, i.e. a Diana Taurasi, a Maya Moore, then very often he's going to win the NCAA championship. He's that level coach. They're going to have to use his terminology, zig and zag a little bit more this year. It's got to be done collectively with this team. There is no transcendent talent. There is no defined Olympian, future Olympian necessarily. Obviously, Kia Nurse plays for Canada. They're going to have to do it together, and you can see the disappointment on the face of the Irish.
But they do have the best coach in the business.
No question about it.
And showing that this season for sure.
I said today on Mike and Mike, I don't know whether it's the aura or the Auriemma. And I don't know how you quantify Gino's impact on this group. I don't know that there's a point total you can put on it, but there's no question his effect is real.
And what an effect. As UConn comes to South Bend and knocks out Notre Dame 72-61. That is 83 consecutive wins for Gino and the Huskies.
And it's just impressive to come into this home where the Irish have been so good with all of the options they have. This is a deep, talented Notre Dame team, and Connecticut walks in and walks out with yet another win.
Notre Dame scoring just 27 in the second half. So this was really about defense. Let's go to Holly.
I had to get out of the way, or I was going to get sandwiched in between this hug, but Gino with some good words to his young player here. And Gabby, your coach has been pushing your team to become special. What do you think you did tonight out on this floor that was special?
Honestly, I think it was the intangibles. You know, keeping the team calm, making sure I was saying the right things, making sure everyone's heads were still in the game.
You get whacked in the throat, you're having trouble breathing, but you did not want to come out of this game. Why was it so important?
This is why I came to UConn. Why would I want to step off the court in this situation? This is what I came here for.
How much have you guys heard that this is the year, that maybe this is the year that UConn's beatable, and how much does it frustrate you?
I mean, we just try to use it as motivation. And every day we think about it, every day we hear it. And we know that we're always going to have a target on our backs no matter what. And, you know, we just got to give people, you know, something to look for.
And boy, did they, with a win tonight against what, Coach, many people considered the best team in the country in Notre Dame. What did your team show you tonight?
Well, I mean, I think those other, like Gabby said, I think those intangibles that you need to have to be a really, really good team, I think they all came out tonight. You know, we played great, and there were moments where we didn't, and Notre Dame outplayed us for those moments, and we could have just acted like the kind of young team that we are, but we came back, and we came back stronger. To me, winning the game is great, but what I saw and how we feel right now means a lot more to us at this stage of the game than anything else.
You said a couple of weeks ago this team has to develop some toughness. I thought they showed some tonight with the short bench. People had to go the whole time. What toughness did you see?
Well, we talk about, you know, this is why we practice the way we do. This is why, you know, we put you guys through the stuff that we put you through. We really gutted it out tonight. You know, they knew they weren't coming out. You know, like everybody says, yeah, I want to play 40 minutes. Well, you know, they got their chance. And you can't say enough about what Gabby Williams, Nafisa, Lou, you know, for as many minutes as they played and to make as many big plays. And I just, remarkable. I just love I loved everything about tonight.
You've been asking your team to be special. Coaches to walk off the floor. Was this a special win?
Yeah, you know, it's only December, but as far as December goes, yeah, it's pretty special.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
His smile says it all there. 3 UConn players played the entire game in this one. Final score is 72-61. 83 in a row for the Huskies. Now back to the studio.
Welcome into the ESPN studios. Doug Kazarian alongside Rebecca Lobo. You know, the stage was set. The synergy was there. Notre Dame back in 1974 snapped UCLA's 84-game win streak. Well, 88-game win streak, I say, but wasn't meant to be. UConn victorious again.
Gabby Williams was amazing. Remember, Gabby Williams is 5'11". She's a 5'11" post player, and she was still able to get it done inside the paint and able to get it done on both ends of the floor. She is a remarkable athlete. You heard Doris Burke talk about her ability to get the ball, whether it's on the offensive or defensive end. She's the quickest player on the floor. Often, she was able to get 5 steals, 6 if you count her taking away Dave O'Brien's voice. You see the explosiveness she has here. Coach Auriemma said to us last year, you can't throw a lob pass over her defensively because she's so explosive and can hit it away. Look what she did today, 19, 12, and 5, again, as a 5'11" post player.
All season, you know, UConn has relied on the younger people. What about Collier?
Nafisa Collier was great, and this is what she's done this season. She has stepped up from a year ago, taking it on her shoulders to lead this team on the offensive end of the floor. Again, she is a post player who has great athletic ability and quickness. She can put the ball on the floor and score. She can go by most post players, as you see right there, the explosiveness to get to the rim. She was the difference, especially in the first half, early on, before she got into foul trouble, Notre Dame had a hard time defending her. Continued it in the second half, continued to post up strong and score. I was just really impressed with UConn's post players. And as we've seen all season long, this is the 5th-ranked team UConn has played. They're showing tremendous toughness for a young team with players in a position that they were not in a year ago in terms of having to step up and lead.
This game was tied at halftime. What did Notre Dame do well in the first half that it didn't continue in the second half?
Well, Notre Dame was able to go on runs in the second quarter in particular when Connecticut didn't have Nafisa Collier in the lineup. But I think one area that Notre Dame really needs to improve, and that is getting the ball into the block to Brianna Turner. Time and time again, they tried to force it inside, made the wrong pass, and it resulted in turnovers. Sometimes she had the matchup. Sometimes it wasn't there. They need to do a better job. And this is a team that traditionally has been very good at going high-low, getting the ball into Turner. But today, time and time again, you saw them turn the ball over trying to get it in.
So the win streak continues. It's 83 straight games. Let's take a look at the schedule for what's around.